only for the purchaser to get a call that the vendor is dead. Okay. Let me come closer so that I'll tell you guys this one. So it's just time. I think this year we should even do more of relatable stories, things that have happened, people's experiences, so that those of us who have not experienced it would learn from other people's experience. Forget that thing they say about experience being the best teacher. It is the best teacher when you learn from other people's experiences. But when you learn from your own experience, it's not nice at all. It is not nice, trust me. So Mr. Clement bought this land at 2010 or whatsoever. I can't even remember the year again. True life story, trust me. He bought this land, and then in his village, in his hometown, he was supposed to make documents and then sign with the vendor. But then, because he had his own lawyer in the city, right? River State, if I'm not mistaken. So he went there, they made an agreement, they had an agreement, and then what was just remaining, I think he paid like 3.2 million naira for the land, and what was just remaining was just the money for the court fee, which of course wouldn't have been an issue. So the vendor of the land requested for the court fee and everything. He was like, okay, no problems. Let me go and prepare this document. My lawyer has to prepare the document, and then I come back. Maybe even before I come back, because I can send you the money for the court fee and settle it. He actually went with witnesses, like 2 witnesses, right? Now he went, the lawyer prepared the documents. Because of the whole thing, the man called. He wasn't feeling fine or something. He needed an urgent money, blah, 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 blah. That's why the fact that he gave him money for the land anyways, I think the man was just saying it in order to get back his full money, especially for the goat or whatever they call it. So he sent, I think, 50,000 at the time for the goat. So only after like 2 weeks, because the lawyer was so busy, the lawyer was not around, delay. I was like, okay, once I come, I'll do these documents and then I send it back and you sign. So the lawyer finally made the documents, and then he came back. Like he gave the documents to the purchaser. Only for the purchaser to get a call that the vendor is dead. Okay? Let's see what telling people. Like how? So he actually went with the document signed by his lawyer, signed by him, but the vendor's signature was nowhere to be found. Then they were like, okay, let's just all sign, and then probably we'll call the children or something, and the wife and the children were not around us at the time. So this whole thing lingered, and after like a year or two, there was no way they could reach the family, because I think the family was not around, or that story not even too clear. So only for the man's wife to come back and say, this particular land, hello man, I don't want to see you there. My husband never told me he was selling this land. And so I was like, okay, here is the evidence that I paid so and so amount to your husband. I don't know about it. It could be for any other thing. Where are the papers? He brought out the papers, but the man's signature was not there. So what am I saying in makes sense? Anything that has to do with land, it's the legal whatever it has to be there. But assuming they even wrote a written document signed by the man, they never knew nature would happen. Assuming they wrote a written document signed by the man, perhaps the wife would have agreed. And this stuff lingered for close to 5 years, with the wife saying no to it, and the wife's people being diabolical, bringing a lot of nonsense to it and everything. That was how this man lost his land. What have we gotten from this story? It's not just an ordinary story. It's a life story, a true life story. So in order to avoid all of this, I'm not just marketing real estate companies for you, but that is where a trustworthy, reliable, and a company with integrity comes into play, right? Because when you're doing this immediately as you're sending the money, if you want, like I can actually hit my chest for the company I work with. If you send the money and you want, your document can be made that same day. You sign and that is it. So there will be no need for all of this crap. But I hope you've learned something out of this, because that is the main purpose of this video. I want you to learn from it. So we'll be dropping more educational stuffs on this channel. We'll be dropping more things that you need to learn from, so that you don't make mistakes that have been made before by other people. You don't go about repeating history. No, you create new things. Be innovative, right? You don't go about repeating history of negativities. Be innovative with positivities. See you next time.
Okay, let's go.
Land, open bracket, you know it as real estate. Land, you are not rich if you do not own land. You are poor if you do not own land.